Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. I hope you're having a nice day. I've been messing with junk on four wheels all day today. It hasn't been the smoothest, but I'm plowing ahead like a soybean farmer in South Dakota. I'm going to keep plowing. So we're working on twins today, speaking of a northern state. And I don't mean the Minnesota Twins, I mean Lawn-Boy twins. I had rectified this one a while ago and I have it for sale for $200 with a bag. Well, it's ugly step twin, needed work, so I started messing with this thing today and it's been a total disaster. 2012 on this crap box, 2012 on this one. I think I had mentioned these in another video a while back. So I've been around the world at least a couple of times with this thing. Put fuel in it, it started, kind of ran rough, and then it started surging. The RPMs were going up and down. So I cleaned the carburetor, thought it might be stale fuel, poured the fuel out of it. It didn't look bad. It's all, what was there has evaporated. Not much fuel in it, no water. Put it all back, nothing surging. Took it off again. I ended up checking the main jet. I got some parts here. Checked the cartridge and I opened it up a little bit, put it back on, still nothing, still surging. I had drilled out the main jet. The cartridge seemed undersized. I drilled it out to is it 0.6 millimeter? I'll put that down below. Still nothing. So it was kind of a pain in my butt. I thought it felt a little like it was missing as well as surging. So I ended up taking the flywheel off, checked that. The keyway was slightly off, but not a lot. I shifted the flywheel back to where it should be, put it all back, still nothing surging. Grabbed my feeler gauges, went ahead and adjusted the valves. They were slightly off, they could have passed. So I thought, I've ran into this before with the carburetor's been bad. This is the carb that was on it, actually, a real Briggs. So I went to my junk section looking for an engine with the automatic choke carb, and I found this engine. I had marked it with a tag, no good, so I just stole the carb off of it, cleaned it up. This bowl, I had a bowl on it that was really loose. This is an aftermarket carb. The carb bowl was loose. It was this one here, so I grabbed another bowl. I got a whole big bag of parts. They're mostly the primer carbs. I don't have that many of the automatic carbs. These aren't as popular as the push and go primers. So I figured I'd grab you guys, see if this thing's gonna dog me. I don't know what else to do. I've messed with everything I thought could be an issue. I know my non-ethanol fuel is good. So let's put the recoil back on this thing, push it over to the concrete and see if this stupid thing works. Change out the plug too, forgot to tell you, RC12YC. Sometimes the plug will make it act wonky, so I put a Chinese plug in it from a carburetor kit the last time around, and it fired off and still ran crappy. So the plug's working, it didn't solve the problem. So let me show you this. I remember showing you guys this before. Somebody's put one of those magnet things on the coil. I don't know if it's supposed to help efficiency or something. I think that's what that thing is. I tried to get it off with a screwdriver and I can't get a bite on it to get that thing off of there. I doubt that would be my issue. But I'll be really pissed if it's doing something to the coil or spark. So in the meantime, when I was messing with other projects, I spray painted this thing, let it dry. I'm working on a couple of quantum Troy-Bilts. I'll show you those in a minute. Today's Twins Day. We got Twin Lawn-Boys and Twin Troy-Bilts. Same model numbers on the Troy-Bilts. Probably the same model numbers on these Lawn-Boys. 5.5 horse ready start on these Lawn-Boys. True Start commitment trademark on True Start. Somebody had commented on one of my other Lawn-Boy videos. They still have a 2-cycle Lawn-Boy from years ago. I remember those old things. Still running, still cutting. He said the Lawn-Boys now are junk. So he's a die-hard Lawn-Boy guy. I know there's guys out there that collect those 2-cycle Lawn-Boys. They're probably getting harder and harder to find. I wonder why that 2-cycle idea didn't kick off on the lawn mowers. I don't know if those things were pre-mix or oil injection on those old Lawn-Boys. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. We got fuel, plug wires plugged in. I hope this thing runs smooth. Otherwise, I'm wasting your time. But we'll still talk about the Troy-Bilts. Twins on a mower day. Okay, that worked out. My disaster finally got rectified. So it was carburation after all that jazz. So the Briggs carb, the original carb, was not helping me. The aftermarket carb worked. So I don't know how that's possible. I don't know what's wrong with this thing, but it's happened to me before, where no matter how much you clean it or whatever, it still surges. So that's that. I have the air filter cover. I just got a batch of those in. I bought 10 from AliExpress. Let's look at the Troy-Bilts. The reason I mess with those is my cables came in. I ordered 2 sets of cables because I had the same issue on both of these Troy-Bilts. They're 21-inch front wheel drive. One came in without the drive cover. The other one, I took the drive cover off. It'll look like something like this. Self-propelled. There probably's a part number on this thing somewhere. Looks like 731-05196A. Black. Oh, you can get it in gray too. It says here's another part number. You can get it in gray or black. No, down here, yep, 731-05013. List all the options. Troy-Bilt, name, yardman, name, OYS, I don't know what that is. And just black with no name on it. So this is the Troy-Bilt. It'd be 731-05020. Anywho, so let's discuss these. Which one came in? This one came in with the cover on it. And this is the better one. We got transmission problems. We'll talk about that after I talk about cables. Okay. First, I'll give you model numbers. 12 Alpha 466 Mike 011. Both of them have that model number. So cables were our issue with both of these. We had a lot of rust on this drive cable. It's not budging. That is 746-04203 for the drive. Safety brake just has a couple of Z-bends. It fits into this connector, into that slot there. Just 2 Z-bends with clips. I'll give you the part number for this one. This one's 746-1132 for the safety, or 946-1132 for the safety. They have gone to, I think, the 9, dropped the 7, so the same thing, 946-1132 for safety. Traction control, instead of 746, it's 946-04203. High quality because focus is so professional. If you can't focus, you'll never be a professional. You understand? Okay. So I got 2 sets of cables because I knew I'd need them. So I think what was the deal? Okay, I had done the carburetor before on this one, and I was waiting for the cables to come in. I put cables on this one. It looks like it has an older one. I don't know if I fixed this before, but it had gas in it. This thing started up once I changed the safety brake cable. So the issue with the other machine is the transmission shot. This one here springs back. When this gets pulled, it engages the wheels. What the deal on the other one is there's no spring action here. Have you guys ever experienced that? I don't know if it's the spring here under that deal, but I need another transmission, so I'm going to have to keep plowing ahead on this one. I don't want to screw with this. The deck's not 100%, but the engine runs. I took time to paint the recoil on this 2013, so I might as well keep going. I got cables for it, but you see here it doesn't spring back. It goes in and it doesn't pull itself back. Maybe I could jerry rig another spring out here and hook it up to the cover. Move the cover from this one over to this one. Put a secondary spring on this side to pull it back, or put tension on it this way. And then you grab the bail bar and pull it and hold it as you would when you're mowing, and then you let go, the spring pulls it back. But the deal is I put it in this position, turn the pulley, and you should be able to see the wheels start crawling forward, and it's not doing anything, so maybe there's internal damage. If you push this one down and hold it down and turn the wheel, the wheels will start moving forward. You can feel the transmission grabbing. You guys got any experience with these newer plastic transmission? I think there's Torx, like 8 Torx under here on the bottom side. There's just a spring here that rests on the deck. Same thing for this one. Anyway, you guys give me a heads up. I got the recoil drying. Yeah, I got it over there. I had spray painted the recoil on this one black. Okay, that's all I got for you. Kind of a bummer I didn't notice that transmission deal. But I think that cable was rock solid on this machine. I couldn't do anything by the time I finally threw the new cable on and just tried to do it by hand. I don't have any action. What caught my attention is it wasn't pulling itself back. Maybe there's a way to fix it by a spring, or maybe the worm gear are screwed up. You guys mess with these Troy-Bilts, let me know, or I'm gonna go down to that blue store and bitch. 1-800-bitch. Oh, there's a newer sticker on this one. I'll really bitch. Okay, that's all I got. Tip your waitress and wait staff. I'm going to keep plowing ahead. Push this one to the side and walk around my junkyard, see if I have anything that'll be similar for the transmission. Glad the other Lawnboy twin started. That was a cluster. Wasted a lot of time chasing nothing this afternoon, but it's ready to go. Maybe I have a bag for it. I got a pile of bags. I'm going to try to match up a bag for that Lawnboy. If I can come up with a bag, it'll be 200 like the other one. If I can, I'd do probably 180, but I think I've seen a Lawnboy bag around. Okay, tip your waitress and wait staff. I appreciate you coming out. You guys are awesome checking out this junk on 4 wheels. Today was Twins Day. Twin Lawn-Boys and Twin Troy-Bilt. Go have a coffee and a donut. Come back and see me tomorrow. Adios, amigos.